Hey, a quick reminder, be sure to get your copy of the best-selling book by Dick Morris, Power Grab. You can do so by going to powergrab411.com. And coming up, this proposed trade deal. Is it a backdoor to amnesty? Dick Morris is taking a closer look at this, and he'll talk about that next here on America's Forum. So, Dick, the president, whomever the president is, would have a great deal of power to work this trade negotiation, but you say there's something in this that people haven't focused on.
Yeah, this is huge, and I hope that everybody listening takes action. Call your senator about it. If he's a Republican, he's voting wrong. I don't think that people understand that in this deal, which is a trade agreement among Australia, Malaysia, Vietnam, South Korea, Japan, Canada, United States, Mexico, Peru, and Chile, there is a provision for free flow of workers, just like in the European Union. What that means is unrestricted immigration. It means literally that Congress would not have the authority to restrict immigration because a treaty supersedes a statute under our Constitution. In Power Grab, the book you were talking about, we warn that Obama is going to try to circumvent the legislative process and use the treaty-making authority to do stuff that Congress can't repeal and a future president can't change. And as he enters the 7th year of his presidency, that's what he's focused on. This deal, under the guise of a trade agreement, saying, oh, it's another NAFTA. Well, the left opposes NAFTA, but I supported it, and I still do. But the point is that under the guise of NAFTA, it's providing for unrestricted immigration within these 11 countries, which means any Mexican can come to the United States legally, stay here, be naturalized, become a citizen, and vote.
So this becomes the stealth approach to amnesty. This
Not
is
just amnesty.
But
amnesty is for people that are already here. This says, come on in. This says that anybody in Mexico can move to the United States anytime that he wants. And the Congress can't do anything about it. The Constitution enumerates the powers of Congress. One of them is immigration and naturalization. This supersedes that, and it does so for all time, because you can't repeal a treaty unless the other 10 signatories agree. And it's even more important than that. I'll get to this in another segment later on. It also could become the way to get climate change in. He's taking the whole legislative agenda and putting it in a treaty, getting it ratified, and then it becomes as good as a constitutional amendment.
So, yeah, it's an all-purpose constitutional amendment, really like a trash compactor for the Constitution.
It all goes back to what the Europeans did in the European Union. They couldn't pass it in any country, the new Constitution. So what they did is they signed a treaty, and they put the whole thing in a treaty. And treaty-making powers are far more executive. And in this case, Obama's putting it in a treaty and asking Congress to approve fast-track authority. The idea that with all the power this president has grabbed, the Republicans are about to give him fast track, which means he can do any trade agreement he wants and ratification is almost automatic. And the Democrats are opposing this. It is entirely Republican votes that are pushing it, and they just don't understand what's in the damn bill.
So the bottom line on this whole situation is Republican legislators, members of the House, members of the Senate especially, better take a closer look at this deal. And you're saying everybody within the sound of our voices needs to pick up the phone and call Washington right now.
And particularly if you have a Republican senator, call him and say, I'm a Republican, and I oppose the Pacific Trade Deal and the Fast Track Authority because immigration is in it.
And the immigration would be unlimited. It would supersede the Constitution.
It would take away Congress's power to limit immigration and vest it in a treaty that we can't alter instead.
The cynical part of me sees members of the Washington establishment on the Republican side saying, here's a way to clear the decks on immigration via
because
stealth.
They know all those people will vote against them. They just don't know it's in there. And what Obama's doing, and we predicted this in Power Grab, is he's taking his entire agenda and putting it in a treaty, and then on top of that, putting in Fast Track. Fast Track says you can't amend the treaty. You have to vote it up or down in 60 days.
So the bottom line is, Let them feel the heat, and hopefully they'll see the light.
Please.
You need to see the light on Dick Morris's best-selling book, Power Grab. You can get it at powergrab411.com. Coming up, we'll talk with Bernie Carrick about ISIS. Stay tuned.